Hey guys, I'm Megan Vance, and I'm going to talk about everyday sexism and how it relates to working and in the workplace. I have a friend, Olivia, and she's an intern at Volvo. She's the only girl that works there, so it's very male dominated. She says she doesn't necessarily have to deal with sexual harassment as a form of sexism, but the misogyny is definitely still there. If someone is wrong, she feels uncomfortable correcting them because they can't handle being told by a woman that they've made a mistake. And she has also complained about, she has made so many suggestions in how to improve things or just in general, and they never listen to her, and her ideas are never considered. I have another friend who complains to me on a daily basis that her supervisor is constantly giving her male co-workers who do not touch any of the work that she completes solely by herself. They are getting praise and she doesn't receive a lick of credit, even though she's the one that does all the work. Many times I've heard in situations like this, if women are given credit, they're generally being told, well, you're pretty and smart, or you must be good at your job because you're a pretty young girl, or things related to that. And it's all very ridiculous. The Harvard Business Review has done some research that proves that men actually do receive more credit than women in the workplace. And a writer for the Harvard Business Review, Sean R. Martin, even wrote an article entitled "Research: Men Get Credit for Voicing Ideas, Not Problems. Women Don't Get Credit for Either." Studies were done in this article, and regardless of who spoke up more, men or women, in the workplace, men were always receiving more credit. Another survey conducted by 538, WNYC Studios, and SurveyMonkey online of around 1,600 men concluded that nearly 1 in 4 men considered themselves to be more important in the workplace or taken more seriously than women in the workplace. So I've been in the service and bar industry for nearly 10 years, and all forms of sexism were clearly prevalent, especially in the bar world. But you never really see or hear about sexual harassment or sexism in the more nurturing jobs or feminine jobs, such as teaching, nursing, childcare, anything like that. But I have a friend who works a lot of after-school care jobs and childcare jobs, and she was telling me about how one childcare job she got in trouble for wearing leggings because a female parent complained to her supervisor, saying that her husband was staring at her ass. Well, my friend, when putting on these leggings before work, wasn't considering anybody staring at her ass. She was considering the amount of toddlers she was going to have to chase and bend up and down to pick up, so she wanted to be comfortable. I think that this is a form of sexual harassment. I also think it is a little bit of body shaming. Shame on the woman for complaining, shame on the perverted husband, and I feel like the supervisor probably could have handled it a little bit better. Now Kiara can't wear comfortable pants to work when she's chasing little kids around. I feel that any type of harassment like that is body shaming, and I think that is a complete other issue, but that is something I've also heard of. I've had jobs where I've had male supervisors comment on my weight, either losing too much weight or gaining weight, and it's none of their business, so they shouldn't even ask in the first place. Unrelated, but according to a survey that was conducted in October of 2017 from NPR, 81% of women have been sexually harassed in the workplace in some shape or form. But a daycare center like that my friend works at is just a place that, like I said before, I just wouldn't have considered or thought of right off the bat. So I was definitely shocked when she told me that. And when I found the statistics that it really just exists everywhere. I think that sexism is something that women, trans women, anybody is going to have to deal with for quite some time, probably for the rest of our lives. But I do think that it's important that we are vocalizing it and taking this class. I was naive to things like this pretty much until taking a gender studies class. And I think that if we continue to not condone it when we experience it or see it, and just work together to try and find a solution to an ongoing problem, then maybe we can lessen it a little bit. But there we go. There's my rant. Thank you guys.